Hey guys, Legacy here. It's about high time that I finally got around to making a build update on my Lifestacking Winterorb Inquisitor after having been playing it religiously for yeah, I've lost the number of hours really. It's just been so much of a blast to just earn currency, reaching level 100, all while being completely immortal and demolishing absolutely everything in the game. This build literally does it all, and it does it exceptionally well. And what you're seeing in the background now is actually not even the finished build. There are still so many upgrades to make it both a lot tankier and to make the build do more damage. But then you might ask, well, does it need it? And no, it really does not. As you can see, everything is just dying so quickly. But yeah, nevertheless, I still want to pump some currency into it because I'm just having a blast doing it. And with that out of the way, this build is not meant to be a build guide, so there will be no in-depth explanation in this video. That will however be reserved for a future video where I will be going through the entire process right from leveling to early progression and to the endgame budget and extreme endgame budget. I will also be making a written guide for it, and should you have questions about it already, just please catch me on stream on twitch.tv/legacy9, and I will happily help you to give some detailed answers to anything you'd like to know. And you can, of course, also just feel free to ask questions in the comments, but it's usually easier to have a conversation on stream. This video is, however, instead made as a teaser to show you the most busted build that I have ever played in my Path of Exile career. It's basically Immortal, with the exception of quite an annoying bug where you can kill yourself if you don't pay attention. And you can see a clip of that at the very end of the video where I'm also explaining exactly what the bug does. Other than that, the playstyle is really lazy. You just press your Pact of Lycia at the start of whatever you're doing, and then you channel the Winterorb and you kill absolutely everything while occasionally pressing Winterorb again, just to maintain the stacks. And if the stacks runs out, no problem at all. You simply just press the Pact of Lice here again, and then you channel Winterorb, and you just run, just like you normally would, or you stand still if you're doing some content where you just need to stand still. And by the way, it's this is not something I figured out myself. So Criticus had to fuck gun because he mentioned this in one of his videos. And yeah, as I just briefly mentioned, if you're doing content like bosses or content where you need to be stationary, that could for instance be Ultimatum, you can literally just stand in the middle and keep holding down the Winterorb. I just cannot stress enough how comfortable it feels to be able to do that, and everything around you just dies. And on top of that, you cannot be shocked, you cannot be frozen or chilled, and we generally laugh at any type of debuff or ailment that might be inflicted onto us. It's, yeah, I have no words for how comfortable this is to play. And with that being said, the build as you see it in the showcase is by no means a budget build. I have a Mage Blood, I have a Mirror Helm, and I have a lot of other expensive jewels and gear. But I lack a lot of power still, and there are so many upgrades to come. The good news is that you really don't need a Mage Blood or Mirror items to clear everything that I'm showcasing. You basically just have lower damage while maintaining roughly the same amount of tankiness. And yeah, before Mage Blood and my Mirror Helm, I was easily able to just stand my ground, tanking ultimatums, simulacrums, and Uber bosses was also easily doable as well. Although I would need to move every now and then. I could not just like straight up face tank everything. But yeah, as mentioned, I will cover the different budgets and variations of the build in the upcoming build guide to make sure that you all can play this build and hopefully have as much fun with it as I have. And even though this build completely destroys everything in its current state, I still really want to keep pushing this and do as much as I possibly can. And the main reason is that I plan on really stress testing this build to see just how far I can actually go. And I also hope that you guys will be there with me on the journey. Because yeah, I want to go deep delving with this. I have never been past Depth 1000, so I am really excited to see just how far I can actually push it when I get the different upgrades. So if you're interested in delving, or if you just want to see me stress test this build, I would say come and join me on the stream, cheer me on. I definitely plan on delving as much as I can actually muster while streaming. So now to speak about the bug that can make you die. Normally, you can just keep channeling Winterorb without any issues. Because the way that it currently works is that when you cast it, you only lose the life that red thick glow makes you lose when you start channeling it, and not when you actually keep channeling. So if you just try and do this, let's say in the hideout, or if you just do it like 98% of the time whenever you're fighting, there will be no issues. However, sometimes for reasons that I unfortunately still do not understand, every small tick of channeling Winterorb takes away 10% of your maximum life. So if you press it for a couple of seconds without noticing when some mobs are pummeling you, you will drain yourself completely dry, and mobs, they can actually one-hit you if you are unaware of what is actually happening. However, if you pay close attention to your life bar, you can pay attention to when it rapidly dips. That means that you are channeling and draining your own life, and yeah, it's really obvious when it actually happens because this build would otherwise never go down that quickly. You might also have seen that this actually happens a couple of times in this showcase. But yeah, you can also see the clip that is going to be played now, and see me complain about it, because yeah, it is frustrating, I would say. So it is something that is worth for you guys to consider as well, if this build should be for you.
The inscribed ultimatum scarab. Instead, you should be using just the other one. So you. Oh god damn it! Okay, I need to clip this time.
So there you have it. As you can tell, I was pretty visibly annoyed about it. But with that out of the way, stay tuned for the build guide. I promise you that you don't want to miss it. So be sure to like and subscribe if you like the video. And also just to let you know that I have really big plans about growing my channel and to keep making quality content both here on YouTube and on Twitch. So the more you help me out, the more quality content I will be able to put out. And with that being said, see you in the next video.